All right, joining me now here on the Hill, the Congressman from the state of Florida, Mike Haridopolos, a Republican who is on the Financial Services Committee. Hello, sir.
Great to see you.
Thanks for coming on in. Did you get what you want?
We did. We're moving forward. I think this is a morning in America once again. Speaker Johnson, the president, fantastic, bringing Republicans together. And isn't it refreshing to have a president who backs up his campaign promises? That's why I ran for office, and I'm excited to be here.
So a lot of it is in there, right? Extend the tax cuts, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on if you buy an American-made car. But I look at the debt, Congressman, and it went up after the first tax cuts. GDP was what it was. And now I hear the White House saying it's going to be 4 or 5% in the short run. I just showed you the numbers. How do you get there?
Well, first of all, I think the only way you get there is by cutting taxes, incentivizing business opportunities, and that's what this bill does, without doubt. You've seen the president really promoting not just that, but also reducing the regulatory burden, which burst during the Biden years. And so when you unleash the American monster, which is, of course, the American economy in a positive way, you'll see these kind of growth numbers. And remember, the CBO numbers, which often squares...
You think it gets to 4 or 5%?
I think it'll get a minimum of 3%, and we can get 4 or 5% if we continue to send the right direction. And today's a good start, because what businesses are telling me every day for the last 4 or 5 months since I've been in office, certainty and stability on the tax structure.
Of course,
when you do that, the capital flies in, and you see the president running around the world and bringing trillions of dollars of investment home. That's how we get the 4 or 5%.
$52 trillion on the debt in a decade. How concerned are you?
I am very concerned. It's the reason I ran for office. My kids deserve the same opportunity that I was blessed with. But luckily, I come from the state of Florida. We're used to balanced budgets. We know how to make those strategic cuts and invest in people and in the economy. I think this can happen. We need the Senate to come along. They need to push this through and send that certainty and stability to the markets so they can get this thing going. Remember, in 2017, they waited all the way to December, and you had that lag. Right. The quicker we get this done, the quicker the markets react.
So you brought up the Senate. Here was John Thune, who's the Senate Majority Leader, real quick, and then I'll get your reaction.
It's a good product to work with, but we want to get senators who want to write our own bill.
He basically said they're going to have their own bill, potentially, and they're going to write some of it as well. If they start to put a whole lot of red ink to this, do you have any red lines of if they go somewhere, it doesn't sit well with you?
Well, I don't like to draw red lines, but I come from Florida where we balance budgets, and I did it when I was the president of the Senate, and we had an economic turnaround. What I think the American public cannot afford is a tax increase. They were hammered the last 4 years with inflation, gas, rent, food, etc. The one thing we can't have is more burdens going on their back with taxes. That will drive the markets into a very shallow position.
So that's you, if I'm translating here, basically saying we need to pass something.
Absolutely.
Because I guess you're fine with a little take here, maybe pull there, so long as something is passed so that taxes aren't increased.
I'm a former college professor. Politics is the art of the possible. Let's get something done. Let's push it forward. That's what's so great about President Trump. He's a deal maker. Mike Johnson is clearly a deal maker. He has been underestimated from day one. Again, he pulls it out of a hat because he listens to people before he makes decisions. It's very welcome in my political world.
You trust Mike Johnson, obviously. Do you trust John Thune?
I don't know John Thune. I can't speak for him.
Okay.
But
I didn't hear a yes there.
Hey, let's have a talk with John Thune. Happy to meet him, but I haven't met it yet. But I know Mike Johnson. I know Steve Scalise. I know our leadership team. We are committed to pushing this over the top because good policy is great. That makes great politics, not the other way around.
All right. Thanks for coming in tonight.
Great to see you.
From the state of Florida, Mike
Haridopolos.
Thank you, sir. I'm going to swing over here.